Hello everyone, how are you? This is Laura from Laura's Baking Delights, as I'm sure you figured out since you're on my page, right? Anyway, today's project is brought to you by my friend Jenny Kier. She sent me this picture and said these would be a cute project to do. So Jenny, these are for you, okay? We are doing a Pinterest project of Easter cupcakes. These will be available for DIY kits next week. Alrighty, part of what I'm going to do while I'm here with you today is figure out exactly what I would need to send home with you for you to make them yourself. Okay, so shall we get started? I will eventually be changing the camera angle down to the counter so you can see more of what's going on there and less of what's going on up here, okay? So, I have 6 cupcakes. I just happened to make lemon poppy seed because I really like those. I have 14 ounces of frosting. I'm going to be using some fondant. That's what's wrapped up here. Sanding sugar. And I'll be using these cutter press things to make flowers. Now, if you order a DIY kit, the flowers will already be made for you because I don't have enough of these to send out with everyone, okay? And then we also need some sort of bird egg candy. So whether it's jelly beans or whatever, I'm using these delicious Reese's peanut butter cup eggs. Green food coloring. I prefer AmeriColor liquid gels. So you can see the label rubs off, but this is leaf green. What you would get in your kit next week would be cupcakes, frosting with the food gel dot in it, and all you'll have to do is mix it up. Piping bag, white fondant, like so, and then pre-made fondant flowers. Okay, and I think I'm going to offer it in either a DIY kit for 6 cupcakes or for 12 cupcakes. But anyway, it looks like it is 3 o'clock proper, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm gonna, oh, I gotta change the camera angle. All right, here you go. Oh, please feel free to ask questions in the comments. All right, if I don't see them while I'm live, I will go back and respond to them afterwards. So please ask questions to your heart's content. All right. So we're making green icing because it's going to be our grass. And you know what? I send home in the DIY kits these tongue depressor things. But if that drives you crazy, of course, you can just get out a knife or a spoon or a spatula from your own drawers and use that to mix your frosting. Okay. All right, so now we're going to take our glass and a piping bag. And you want to put your thumbs into the piping bag and fold it down about that length. Okay, so you see how I have a nice cuff around the top of my bag. Adjust this just a little bit more so I'm not leaning over so far. Okay, and hold on a second, don't put it in there yet. We need to, I will be sending home with you one of these piping tips, okay? It is piping tip 233. It will be for you to keep, okay? So, put that on the end of your finger and put it down inside the bag. We're not using a coupler this time because we won't have any reason during this project to change the piping tip. Then I take a pair of scissors and I just score about halfway down on the piping tip and peel that part away, okay? Now we put that down into the cup. We'll put our frosting in there. feel fairly certain that I have way more frosting than I need to do 6 cupcakes, but that's all right. All right, and then you want to shake that down into the bag. Use your fingers to squeegee it down. Okay, and you're going to twist the top of the bag. And in your kit, there'll be a twist tie for you to put around the top. I like to use these bag tie things that I just buy at Michael's. Just something to keep the top of the bag closed. In case you or one of your little loved ones grabs in the middle of the bag, it'll keep the frosting from popping out the top, okay? All right, we're just gonna set that aside for a minute. And we're gonna do a little bit with our fondant. So we're gonna do 3 of these cupcakes. Excuse me. 3 of these cupcakes with a bunny butt, and 3 of them just with the eggs. Some other color in there. Okay. So for the bunny butt, I'm guessing right now, we'll see. I'm gonna put it up against my, yeah, that seems like an okay size. I have green on my glove. That's why I'm getting color on my white fondant. Let's change that. I thought that I was neater than I was with mixing the green. Okay. So that's a good bunny butt size. So I want to make 3 that size. This is approximate, of course. I suppose if you wanted to weigh these out on the scale so that each one is exactly the same, you could do that. I'm just rolling, 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 so I get a nice smooth ball. Okay, so this has a crack in one side. I'm just gonna make sure that's not the side that's showing. Or I can keep rolling and see if that'll just go away. Hello, Crystal. I'm so glad to see you. So you guys, my phone tells me that there are 12 people watching, but I can't see who you are. But if you just wanna type in a quick hello, I would really appreciate that. It helps a lot to know that I'm not talking to thin air. Okay. And then I'm gonna kind of squish those into a more oval shape. Of course, your bunny bottoms can be whatever shape you want them to be, right? Okay, then we need 3 smaller balls that are gonna be his little cottontail. I forgot to get a little dish of water, which I'm gonna need. So hold on just a second. I have to go grab that. Okay. This is where the little pot of sanding sugar comes in now. Hey, Sean. Yeah, I'll try and give you a call later tonight, okay? All right. Here we go. Hang on a second. I'm trying to get you guys up on my computer screen too, so that hopefully I will see your comments. Give me just a sec. Okay, so there is a little bit of a delay, so I might not see him right away. Hi, Susan. Thank you for saying hi. Okay. So We need to take this little bunny tail and dip it in the water and shake it off, okay? And then you're gonna put it in the pot of the sanding crystals or sanding sugar and roll it around. And the water makes those stick to the fondant. Okay. And you could actually do more than one at a time. All right. So I'm not good at the continuous chatter, so I'm sorry if I go silent. But I don't want to just chatter your ear off about nothing, so. Alrighty, we'll just set that aside. Now, I'm going to dry off your hands. You don't want wet hands when you're working with the fondant. We are going to need to make 6 little bunny feet. And those balls are actually going to start about the same size as the cottontail did. We need 6 feet because we're making 3 bunnies, right? Roll it in a ball. And then just kind of squish it. Like so. Okay? You want to make sure that they're roughly the same size and shape. So these bunnies you're going to make at home if you get one of my DIY kits. Okay, I'm going to make pre-make flowers for you, but I'm not going to pre-make these for you. This will be for your enjoyment. So to get the DIY kit, I will post a link once they're ready, but you'll go to my website, which is laurasbakingdelights.com, and go to the shop. Hi, Carol. You'll go to the shop and you'll just click on which kit it is that you want, okay? These right now are only for local pickup. Guys, I'm not shipping at this point, so. Okay, this one's a little too big compared to the others. Alrighty, now we're gonna take a little bit of pink fondant. And these are gonna get really tiny. But we're making the little pads of the bunny foot. So if you've never worked with fondant, but have worked with Play-Doh or modeling clay, you'll have no problem with this. And if you've never worked with any of those, you'll still have no problem with this. One thing I will say is you have to be careful. Like if you find your fondant is super sticky, it's probably because your hands are super warm, okay? Or they were wet. So the best thing to do is to stop for a little bit and go run your hands under cold water. Okay, so there is my little bunny paw. Can you see it okay? Excellent. All right, so we just need to do that to the other ones. This video will remain on Facebook forevermore, or until Facebook takes it off, for you to come back and watch whenever you want, how often, you know, however often you want, stuff like that. So when you get your DIY kit next week, you can just come back to this video. I also move them to, I put them on YouTube as well. So if you just can't find it in the Facebook mess, you can go find it on my YouTube channel. making those little toes. If you need Easter items but don't want to make them yourself, I am taking orders, you guys. I'm still baking. It's made in a private kitchen. I don't have any employees. I always wear gloves. You know, and then when you come and pick it up, if you want to just text me from the driveway, I will bring it out to you. And I have obviously reduced my minimum order quantities because I know people are not gathering in large groups right now. So even if you're only a family of 4 or less, even, you can still get treats for Easter. I have caramel apples and cake pops and chocolate covered Oreos and mug bombs, cupcakes and cakes, of course. It's stuck to my glove. There you go. You know, the other thing I should tell you that I'm doing right now is I'm not requiring a deposit for orders, you know, at least through May. So if you have an event coming up and you want to make sure you're on my calendar, but you're a little worried about whether you'll be able to hold your event or not, please don't worry, okay? Just go ahead, give me a call, let's get on the calendar and go for, you know, we'll figure it out. No deposit required. If you do make a deposit and you have to cancel your event because we're still in lockdown, you'll get your money back, okay? Alrighty. So to make these, I actually need to get a little rolling pin. This is another reason I'm going to be pre-making them for you and sending them home. The flowers is because, like I said, I just don't have enough of some of these tools to be able to send it home with everybody. Usually in a hands-on class, I bring what I have and people take turns using it, right? So I use this punch and the fondant stays in there. And then I'm going to match the fondant up, or the punch up, with the flower that it fits. And then we flex that mold. Oh, I just washed this. I need to re-cornstarch it. Okay, so you get a flower that already has its veins in it. Hang on a second while I grab cornstarch. You usually need to brush new molds with the cornstarch to keep your fondant from sticking. Or if you have just thoroughly scrubbed them, they need it too. Okay, can you guys see well enough what's going on? You're awfully quiet. Or I'm just not seeing your comments for some reason. See how cute they are? This is, if you're wondering, it's a Wilton mold, but it's quite old. I don't honestly know if they even sell it anymore. Okay, so I have 3 pink flowers. When you're not working with your fondant, you need to wrap it up so it doesn't dry out, okay? This is for my white too. Do a couple blue ones. And so I push down on this plunger thing, and that pushes the fondant against the mold. Oops, oh, I grabbed the wrong. This is a different one. This one makes you a little flower with a hole in the middle, which is cute, but it's not the one I wanted. There we go. See? I love these punches. Wand that up and re-roll it out to get my third flower. So I should mention, in case you do this at home, there is a reason that I, coated these in the sanding sugar and then I'm letting them sit, okay? So it may seem like I'm jumping around in the process, but what I'm doing is allowing these time to dry, okay? All right, and then we're gonna do some really little ones in yellow. So you heard me say earlier that, it was a friend of mine who sent me the picture of this project and said, let's do this. If you have projects like that you would love to see me do or make kits for or whatever, please just send me a message with it in there and I'll see what I can do. I have to bake. I have to do this stuff. This is my sanity. So, even if I don't have orders, I'm going to be doing stuff. So I might as well pop on and show you how I do it, right? The funny thing is, some of you know that I have been in the process for the past several months of putting together a digital course it's called Buttercream Academy. And I'm still working on it, I'm still developing it, but it will be a completely online course. And so it's just kind of funny because this whole world situation has just kind of given me a kick in the butt to not worry about my teaching being perfect, but to just get out there and do it, So, looking at the bright side, right? Okay, now back to our piping bag and our cupcake. So this is a grass tip, like I said. So you hold it just slightly above the cupcake and then pull up and it leaves grass. And it doesn't matter if you work from the outside in or the outside, you know what I mean, yeah. You don't have to start in the middle and work out. You can start at the edge and work in if you want to. Sorry, it's hard for me to do with just one hand. So, wearing the gloves, like the bag slips through my hand too easily, which is fine. I mean, I can totally adjust for it when I use two hands, but it makes it hard for me to do like a one-handed demonstration. Okay, so we have our grassy knoll, right? Now, we're going to put our bunny bottom on there, about there. And then I gotta get a little paintbrush. I just want to put a couple little dots of water where I want those bunny feet to stick. And remember, toes down because he's on his tummy, okay? like so. His tail is going to be the last thing I'm going to put on, and you'll see why in a minute. But now I just want to place these flowers around on the frosting. Okay. And now we put another little dot of water, and we set our bunny tail right on top of there. Okay, if you just leave it alone and set, it should adhere and not fall off. So how cute is that? I love it. Okay. Oh no! Okay, learning moment. This happened because I cut too much off of my piping bag, and I just shot the tip right out of the end of the piping bag. But not to worry. I am going to take another piping bag and drop that down in there. Oh. Only when you're live, right? Okay, so I just worked it around in there so it's right side down. Okay, so last time I cut about halfway down. This time I'm only gonna cut like here, okay? Like a quarter of a way down the tip. If this happens to you at home, just get out a Ziploc bag and use it as a piping bag, okay? And now I'm going to just slide that in there. Here we go again. I don't know, there's something to be said for being able to learn how to fix a mistake, right? I think that's probably actually one of the biggest benefits of my hands-on classes is I'm there to help you if something goes wrong. Which is a little harder to do in this case, but you can always message me. If necessary, send me a picture, and I will do what I can to help you. Okay, there we go. I want budding button to be a little bit more on top of my water. Fix my little foot to it. And add the flowers. And then our bunny tail. All right, one more. And then we will move on to the egg nest. Hey, you guys. Oh, Crystal, thank you. Hello, Melody. How are things at Cozy Coffee? All right. Bunny bottom. I know I have terrible posture when I'm baking. And our 3 flowers. You can put them on any way you want to, right? These are your cupcakes. just like that. Okay, so can you see all three of those, my little bunny bottom cupcakes? All right, the last ones are really super easy. I actually want to show you two different ways that you can do this. So we can make the grassy knoll like we did for those. I want to tell you something. If you are doing this and your frosting is no longer holding its shape, it's gotten too warm, possibly from being handled too much. And you just need to put it in the fridge for like 5 minutes, not too long, okay? Because then it'll get hard. Get my eggs out. I don't want a green egg on a green mound. Okay. Just put those on there like that. You know, I should make some more flowers to go on that one too. Cute, right? Cute and simple, simple, simple. Now, here's the other way you could do this. See how I'm doing this? How I'm just letting it drop? So it has more of a bird nest effect to it. Ta-da! Alrighty. So, I think I like the grass better, though. I think it's Cadbury makes eggs that are a lighter color and they are speckled and they're just really cool. Cute. Okay, so we'll just put those in there. And as I said yesterday, a lot of times I actually just leave my cupcakes in the container and decorate them in the container. That way I don't have to worry about anything going wrong when I'm dropping it into the container. There you go. Some very cute Easter cupcakes. Alrighty, so like I said, DIY kits will be available next week. I'll post a link as soon as they're there. I believe you'll be able to do them in either a 6 count or a 12 count. What I am basing that on, by the way, is what cupcake containers I have in stock, because it's a little slow to get things right. Like I can order more, but they're not coming next day like they used to, right? So I hope you enjoyed this, and be sure to look on laurasbakingdelights.com in the shop for other DIY kits and other live classes that are coming up. And like I said, post in the comments or send me a message if you have questions or ideas for projects, anything like that. Alrighty, take care. Bye-bye.